Welcome back. So you have your business account. You know what your strategy is for using Pinterest. You know what secret pins are or secret boards are. You know how to edit your pins. You know how to use keywords. You've learned a ton, but how do you actually know what to pin? In fact, how do you know what pins would even be of interest to anyone? Well, that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to walk through a few different ways to know what to pin, how to know what your audience is looking for. So first of all, you can obviously curate the content of others, and you can do that really easily by adding the Pin It button to your web browser. So I use Google Chrome, but you can certainly do it with Safari or whatever your web browser is. Simply go in, install the Pin It button to your web browser, and then wherever you are, if you see something that you'd like to pin, then you can simply go up to your browser at the top of your browser and click the P for the Pin It button, and then it will ask you for which image you'd like to select and then which board you'd like to have it pinned to. So that is one way, and the cool part about that is when you do that, inside the pin itself, it actually has the link to wherever you pinned it from. It automatically takes that URL so that when somebody clicks that pin, it will go to that same site that you were on. This is really great for your secret boards too, especially if you're looking at competitors or colleagues or your peers just to see what they're doing, or you're looking for some creative inspiration. You can pin this to your secret creative inspiration board or your vision board. Lots of ways to use this. The other way that I love to use this is to pin my own things. So if I have a new blog post out, for example, from my own website, instead of going through and backtracking through and creating the pin and then having to manually add the URL into the pin itself, you can just use the Pin It button and pin right from your own website to the very specific blog post that you have. So that's another option. Another way is to just do a generic Google search, but don't finish the word. Let Google finish the word or words or phrases for you. So in this example, I started to type in project management, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do project management, project manager, project managing. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I was curious within the project management arena what other people were looking for. So by starting in Google and just typing and letting Google finish, it gave me a list of ideas. So maybe I want to talk about or want to have a pin that talks about project management certification or project management for kids. Well, maybe I'll do a blog post that talks about project management for kids. I'll make a really nice image that is Pinterest friendly. And I've given you the Pinterest pin dimensions in earlier videos. But you can simply go then to that blog post and then later on pin it to my Pinterest board. So this is another way to know what people would like to see, because it's based on what people are already searching for. Some other ideas. Now, if you do have your own website already, you can go find out what people are pinning from your site. What are the most popular areas or topics that people are pinning off of your site, which is a fantastic way to find out what your specific customers, what topics, categories, areas are of specific interest and what they're pinning. So for Pinterest specifically, your Pinterest followers, what are they pinning off of your site? You can do that by following this link. Just make sure that you do not use your domain, but you actually type in whatever your actual domain name is at the end there. And then you can find out what is being pinned the most from your site. Another great option. You can also go to the Google Trends option to see what is currently trending, and you can type in your specific industry so that you can see what's relevant to your business and what topics are trending and get some ideas from there. You can also go looking at peers or colleagues or related categories that are related to your industry. So for instance, maybe you are a small business lawyer and you might want to look at industries that are kind of companion industries, like maybe insurance. So if you're a small business lawyer, maybe you want to include some small business insurance topics, something that would still be of interest to your customers, clients, or potential customers, and just see what the buzz is, what's going on there. You can do that using BuzzSumo. Really great tool, also free. Another way to find topics is to explore Quora, where people are asking questions. Now, another key for Quora, when people ask questions related to your industry or topic or area of expertise, you can actually sign up in Quora, go in and answer their questions. And if you happen to have a specific pin that maybe takes them to a site that addresses their specific question or gives them the answer or leads them to a better answer, then you can include the link to that pin, which would be another great way to potentially get followers when you give your answer in Quora. You can also look at Amazon bestseller lists and things like that. Go to the books that are within your industry and see which ones are the best sellers and see the comments, explore the kinds of books, the topics, maybe take a peek at the table of contents to see the areas that people are reading or interested in. And you can also look at the reviews within Amazon for any specific book to see what kinds of questions readers are asking. And you can repurpose content. So if you have, maybe you did an interview with someone, you can actually take that interview and turn it into a blog post or maybe a video, or maybe turn it into questions and make it a survey for your customers or potential customers. You can take 3 or 4 past blog posts that maybe talked about skincare and then give a pin that says, the top 10 lists for skincare products or something like that. So you can repurpose existing content. You don't always have to start from scratch, and you don't always have to dig deep into research. You can be creative on using or reusing content that you have already created or that other people have already created. You can curate content that already exists from other people and just, kind of add it together and turn it into a list or a how-to. Make sure that it's relevant to your industry, though, and it's a topic that your clients or customers would like. So those are some ways, actually quite a few different ways, to find what specific pins you should be looking at, what kinds of information should be included in your pins, and knowing what you could post to your Pinterest boards.